Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sam here with Lake Pro Tackle. Guys, this is the second episode of Dudes on a Dock. This is going to be a little bit longer style video than what you're probably used to. You know, we're usually doing some shorter videos, showcasing some product, and of course doing lake reports on our website, lakeprotackle.com. But all this gear here you can find in-store or online. So I'm Sam again.
I'm Tim, the tackle store manager here at Lake Pro.
And we're going to be talking about some baits that we got, all right?
Some good stuff.
So this is all the stuff that we got in, basically from the last time we talked to you, just some things we want to highlight. Now, we do constantly keep putting stuff in the store, so this is just some of the things we want to highlight, some of the really cool items, and we're going to talk about them. Dudes on a Dock.
Dudes on a Dock.
All right.
Off, Sam.
You want me to start it off?
Yeah,
all right, so...
something you're most excited about.
Something I'm most excited about here. I'm going to start with the Armstrong Outfitters Glide Bait. Now this guy right here, we've got a bunch of different colors. It's 5.5 inches.
Perfect.
And yeah, like you said, perfect size. It comes with the sticker, so if you're into that, stick a sticker on there.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk is a really great guy. We just had a high school fishing event, so if any of y'all are high school fishermen, it doesn't have to be THSBA, Texas High School, but any high school anglers that want to come in, you can get 10% off your purchases. And Kirk really, he's very supportive of everything we're doing here, and he does exclusive colors for us. So we've got a bunch of really cool colors from him. This guy right here is the Blue Herring Glide. It looks like a sexy shad.
Right.
Great looking shad pattern. 5.5 inches, and when I say you can do anything with this, you can chop it like a Chad shad. You know, bigger swim baits are becoming more of a thing now, and this one can do it all. You can slow swim it, and you can chop it, and it's one of those great baits right now, especially in the fall time, you know, for shad patterns.
And you don't need for that one, like a big 8-foot swim bait rod.
Right.
You can throw that on a lot of your rods you already have.
Yeah, and anything from, I mean, even a 7-foot to a 7-foot 6, maybe even, I mean, you can throw it on whatever you want, honestly.
We've had a customer too that's actually done really well with that.
Yes.
On some of the lakes down there around Ray Roberts and Louisville and stuff, he's done well on.
Yeah. One of our lake pros, Cale Earnshaw, he guides out at Eagle Mountain, has had some megas on this.
Yep.
So definitely want to check this one out. Again, everything I'll link down below, and you can find it online. So Tim, what you got?
All right, so I got the newest little cool thing.
You're going
and
for
we're trying to bring in stuff that you're just not going to get at like Walmart or someplace like that. Maybe not even Bass Pro Shop.
No, definitely not Bass
But
Pro
this is a PB rat. It is a wake bait, right? And what's cool about it, a couple of things. Number one, it's made out of resin, so you can dent it, but it's not going to chip. It's not going to do anything. And they've got colors like swirl colors. Like this is called white black.
Yeah.
And it's got like a tail, like a cream worm tail that you screw in. There's a screw lock on it, like a centering pin screw on it that you can change out. You can put a black tail on it or a white tail on it if you want. Just whatever kind of straight tail worm you want to do, like a trick worm you would want to put on the back. And it's got ST36 owners on it, which you can't even bend them.
No, those are great hooks for any
and it
big
is a
style
big,
baits.
it's a big fish lure. And when Spro, they kind of got out of their rats kind of went away for a year or so because of Bill Simontel, the guy that was kind of filling with them, he left them. So all the rats had his name all over them, and so they had to kind of put him on the back burner. And I think they're going to come back here in a while, but
yeah, they were giving them away at the classics. They just handed them out.
So, but this is a specialty bait, so it's not cheap. It's like those high-end, save the rods. Just lay them on the ground. Yeah. So it's not cheap, but it's a topwater bait, and you can get it back. And what I've read about it is you can beat them up. They're not going to break on you. They're not wood, so they're not going to rot, and they catch big fish. I'm excited about this. But if you're like one of those swim bait guys, or you want something unique that you're just not going to get anywhere else, we have these.
Yep, and we only have limited quantities.
I've got, right now I'm starting with 2 of the white black, 2 of the brown black, and 2 straight black.
Yep, so 6 total, so
so
get them while you can.
And I can get more, but we're going to bring them in and see what happens and see if you want them. But I think they will catch some big fish. In fact, I saw an episode recently on Joe Thomas Steel Outdoors. He was throwing a rat somewhere, like I think in Georgia or something, with a guy, and they caught some big fish just crawling it around. The big ones will suck it like
just
you
engulf it in their
gone.
mouth. Yeah.
Or sometimes they'll crush it like a whopper plopper. A lot of times you look down and it's gone, and it catches big fish. I'm excited
Yep.
about this lure.
Sweet.
Your turn.
My turn. All right. Let me turn this around so I can watch and make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do.
There we go. Oh, hey, we can see ourselves.
There we go. All right. So, what do I want to do? Do you want to do? Which one of these two do you want to do?
You do the Macbeth.
Okay, I'll do the Mega Bass. Okay,
Yeah, I'll do the Macbeth. You
you'll
that.
do the Macbeth.
Yeah.
All right. So this guy right here, we've been wanting to get these in for a while. We've had the Z1s and Z2s. These are the Mega Bass crankbaits. The Z3s are now in stock, and this guy, the patterns with the Mega Bass are beautiful.
Yep.
Wonderful colors. This guy is my favorite right here. It's a Kasumi Ito. This is one of their very few bait fish patterns that they have in this. We got this in 4 different colors, and it dives around 12 to 15 foot, so 4.3 meters. It says on the box there. And this one is really great for colder water cranking.
Yep.
Now you can crank it any time of the year. It's a very small profile. It's about 1.5 inches, and to get that bait down to the depths it gets, you just don't see a lot of those. You know, I used to throw the Strike King 3XD a lot because it's very similar. It's got a small body but a big bill, but it's got some awesome weight transfer system in it as well.
It's
The
called
LBO system.
Yeah, linear balance oscillation or something. I think
Yeah,
that's what it's called on it.
something.
So it's a little tube in there that has little bearings on it that load it up to make it so you can cast it better.
Yep.
It's a smaller bait that you can cast even on a bait caster. So that goes 4.3 meters. What's that? 12?
Yeah, 12 to
12,
15ish.
14
Yeah.
feet deep, and which is a lot for a little bait, and they can be a big help. In fact, I fished
Yep.
one the other day, pre-fishing on Louisville.
Yep.
And I caught it wasn't a bass, but I caught a humongous drum on one, which is a good thing. But if you've never thrown them, they're really neat. They're kind of nichey. Again, they're not cheap either.
No, they're Mega Bass
They're-
standard.
Yeah, they don't cost as much as a 110, but they're a great bait if you've not heard about them.
Yep,
And they catch fish, which is what you
for
want.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the Z3 by
Z3.
Mega Bass.
The other one we have now is new. It's made by Shimano, and if everybody's seen their flash boost technology with their jerk baits. Some of their poppers are pretty cool, but this is their Macbeth, and it's a little flat side. I'm gonna take it out
Yeah,
so you can see it better. It's one of those little flat sides, like the Chick Magnet, like the
Bling 55.
Bling 55, like the Ott Defoes.
Yeah, the Tiny 4.
The Tiny 4, or the OG Slim.
Yep.
Or the Fritz side. It's that kind of a world. This is a silent bait, but it's got jet boost in it. It's got a little spring in it that helps you cast it. So it's a little bait, but it has a little, and it goes back.
Yeah, it's their weight transfer system. And
Yep.
what's great about it is, it like you said, it goes back. It has a spring in it, so when you
Yep.
throw it, it goes
Loads.
and then comes back
Yep.
and perfectly balances that
And
bait
it keeps
out.
it keeps it keeled too.
Yep.
When you reel it in, and it runs really true. I'd say a little more true than the Bling, but it's silent, and it's a good little bait. I think it's going to have some really good applications. I know a lot of people were looking for them, and it's a very niche bait too. And it's not bad. It's a $12 bait.
Yep.
So for what you get, it's got good hooks on it too. You don't need to do anything
Yeah,
to it.
super sticky sharp
Yep.
hooks. And one thing that I did notice on the Macbeth is that if you look at the backside actually flares out a little bit. So
Yeah, see?
it kind of goes out and narrows down. So that provides a little more tilt kicking action.
Yep.
I always like to point out on flat-sided crankbaits like these with the circuit board lip is that when they run, they kind of swim a lot more than your standard square bills or other deep diving crankbaits.
So I got this in like a sexy shad, a red craw,
You got
a
the
bluegill,
Yep.
clear kind of a thread fin
Yeah.
ghost kind of a pattern in a color, and I think that's the colors I have.
Yeah, I think we got 4 of them.
Yeah, 4 of them.
Yep.
Okay, that's a cool bait.
That's a cool bait.
You going to do the?
Do the reel?
Oh yeah, do the.
I'll do the reel. All right, so this is the newest addition to the reel. Well, I guess we have another one, but
Yeah.
we chose this one because this one is very nichey. It's super fast gear ratios. This is the Loose Hyperspeed. It only comes in 1 gear ratio. It's going to be the 9.5 to 1. and it's going to bring in around 40 inches per turn. Now, I don't know what it is about bait or reel companies and what they do with their paint jobs, but it's very similar to the Abu Garcia Revo Rocket with the red paint job and the very high gear ratio. So this guy boasts 40 pounds, or sorry, not 40 pounds of drag, 20 pounds of drag, which is still insanely high. You compare that to Shimano's and Daiwas, which, I mean, generally start out with 9 to 11. This guy's got 20 pounds of drag, so I would say excellent frogging reel. Anything top water. I mean, what else would you kind of burn around here?
Well, I myself, you know, I'm a wobblehead nut.
Oh, yes.
So I think when you throw like a swinging jig head, that you need to have something fast, because of when you're reeling it, you're not really burning it. You're just kind of really creeping it along. But if they get it, you lose contact, and you need to catch up. And having a high-speed reel is a big help with that. Because you can't stop and set the hook when you throw in a swinging jig head. They've got it and they're moving with it.
Yeah, they're usually chasing it down. And
the other good thing, this is a lot cheaper than the Rocket, though. This is about $150 cheaper than a Rocket.
Just about.
Just about. So only a $200 reel, and that speed is. And the other thing about it, like now especially, even like if you're throwing a square bill or something, you might want to change over your reel. Even your cranking stuff to the high speed stuff, because you can burn a rattle trap, burning bait that runs true, that you can really fast, because we're in the fall right now.
Yes.
A swim jig really
covering
fast.
water, you've got to move. You got to move around in the fall.
Just make them come and get it. You know, when you're throwing it that spat, and that you can do it with this. So I think it's a cool reel.
Yeah, and I'm a Shimano nut, so all my Shimanos, I'm starting off, and I'm cranking with Corrados. The 150 MGL we just restocked as well. So we've got some more 150 MGLs.
That was the 7.5 we were out of. We got that.
Yes, and the 7.5, I was going to say, the 7.5 is my favorite gear ratio for cranking, because it's right in the middle. I can speed it up, I can slow it down, really whatever I need. And there's times where you need something very, very fast, and this might be one of them in the fall time, in the springtime, when you just cover water. But this guy right here, great pick if you want to reel fast.
Oh, yeah.
Hyper speed.
Okay. Now, I'm really excited about this. I love this frog. There's another frog I got that we won't carry, but I've had personally. It's a Molex Supernato frog.
Yes.
Right? This is their kind of attempt. This is Spro's flapping frog. You may have seen it. You may have used it. But if you haven't, this is an awesome frog.
And this is also the newest version they have.
Yeah, the old one had a flaw, which I found out pretty quickly. I can show you real quick here. The old one had a button on it right here. It's a weight on it, and it would fly out on you. So you had to like gel super glue it back in for it to work. Now they've done and put the weight on the hook shank, so you don't have to worry about the button. Weighted frog hook anymore, right? Kind of like what they do. The other thing about this frog in particular, other than it's super soft, Sam's going to show you real quick here. So if you've not seen this, it is So Sam, grab the tail, let go. It's like the elastic material. So even if you get water in this a little bit, it still floats. Which is another cool thing about it. It doesn't. The other thing, because it's stretchy, it doesn't split the nose.
So you won't have to.
No. And it's got a wicked sharp Teflon coated gammy hook on it.
Yeah. Those Gamakatsu hooks are super strong and super sticky.
I think I ran through every single one of the colors I had this year of this frog. Because a lot of the pond people, it is an awesome pond lure. And it's an awesome beginner fishing lure, because you don't need to do anything to it. You throw it like a buzzbait. It's a flowing buzzbait. It's a kicking frog, like a horny toad. But it floats. So you can chirp it. You can throw it at the bank. You can almost fish it like a popper. Make it jerk, right? Or you can throw it like a buzzbait, and it just gets crushed. It is an awesome little bait. It works good on like ponds, I said, but it's actually pretty good on lakes with docks too.
Yes. With
walkways that you can throw it underneath it, and it's not going to sink like a horny toad or a buzzbait, and you can keep it up underneath there a lot longer. And you don't need to try to work it. You can just reel it in. It is a great little bait. It's a good one to have in your arsenal. And I love them. I think this, in fact, I throw these a lot more than normal frogs now, just because they're so easy to throw.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about any of that. So
And I
that's
have,
the Killer Gill
Killer Gill, of
and
course.
white.
Killer Gill right now. I have Killer Gill and white, but Killer Gill, white, green pumpkin,
Yep.
black. There's another one called red ears, kind of
Yeah.
like a bluegill with like a yellow body that I'll
Yep.
have too. Really not, but really the colors you'd want.
Yeah, you don't need anything too off the wall with
No.
frogs. You know, you see some of those like neon green and like pink ones, and I've got a Matt Robertson frog
Yeah.
with his face on it.
Yep. If you were to twist my arm, it would be black. Would be
Yes.
That would be
Yep.
the one I would have to pick. But,
Yep.
They're
I
all
would
good.
agree with you.
all right. There's that one.
I'll go
You do
to
this for
these
the
here
base.
now.
Yep.
I guess I'm the Megabass guy
Yeah,
today.
you are.
So these here, we've had the 3/8. So this is the Megabass SV3, which is Super B3 spinner bait, and we have them in two new sizes, the 1/2 ounce and the 3/4 ounce. And you know, they have a 3/8, which we already have. We just added some colors and weights.
Yep.
So these aren't the only ones, but I want to show y'all kind of what they look like and the head sizes and all that. Now the head sizes don't get really big.
No.
You know, you think of like a 3/4 ounce jig head with like a football jig, and that thing is massive. This head is not comparatively is not as big as something like a football jig head. And the great thing about the V3 SV3 spinner baits is the wire on them. The wire is super strong, yet it is still very small and doesn't create a lot of drag in the water. So you're really getting all of the action on your skirt
Right.
and on the blades. And the really cool thing about the blades too is they're very thin,
Yep.
and they have like
Yep.
a scale pattern. So
Yep.
when it reflects light, it shoots it out in all different ways and creates a lot of commotion in
And
the
I
water.
know that our lake pros on Moss Lake have done
Yep.
very well on this. In fact, so you need to get more of those, and that's kind of why I brought them back in. The colors you got right now, that's chartreuse and white, of course. The other one's like a bluegill color, so you get bluegill. And then
Yep.
I have a Wagasaki
Yes, and then you also have
I-
bone white,
and bone white, python they call it.
python, yeah,
And the other one is called Wagasaki
yep,
and IU.
IU, yep.
Yep.
And I mean, I think they're superb spinner baits. You know, I can get them in very tough places. The head design on them, it kind of rounds out so you can skip it a little
Oh, wow,
easier
yeah.
under docks.
That's cool.
You know,
And you don't need a trailer.
yes, you do not need a trailer. So it's got a skirt, and it's also got two little twin fork,
Like a almost
like
a
twin
split
tail. Yeah,
Like a
split tail.
Yeah.
Right behind it, a few inches back, and the hook super strong. It's a little heavier gauge than something like the War Eagles or even
Yeah.
like the Strike Kings. But guys, you get the hook in them, I mean, they're getting in the boat.
Yep.
So SV3 spinner baits, guys.
Yep. Awesome.
Guess you're going on to this one.
That's the we did that.
Oh, you did that one.
Rods now. Rods.
Well, I will let you be. I'll let you have some Megabass today.
Okay.
All right, guys. We just took a little break there. So we're gonna go into our last two items here. Tim's gonna start it off.
Okay. We just got this Megabass Orochi whip snake. The Orochi series is kind of a more of a higher end one. It's not quite. It's underneath their Destroyer. It's 350 range. It's a great range. In fact, I have one of their rods myself, the Enforcer rod,
Yep.
which is it's a beefy 7.4 kind of medium heavy kind of a rod that I do a lot of stuff with. But this is a great rod, and why I brought it in, it's really made for a Nico and a drop shot. But the guy, if you've probably seen YouTube videos, Randy Blaukett, he's a Megabass guy. He's the guy that kind of helped develop the 110 for Megabass way back in the 90s. And he likes to throw, I do the same, throw a jerkbait on a spinning rod. And some people think we're nuts, but I like it. Number one, I fished a lot in Missouri.
Yeah.
It's very hard to throw a bait caster when it's like freezing.
Right.
As we've been
right.
down the road before, and I like throwing it on it. And you can cast it further, and I like the drag on a
Yes,
spinning
I
reel.
think that drag on a spinning reel is
Yeah.
so much more beneficial
Yeah, so
than a
you
bait
can
caster
really
most of the time.
you can really tweak it for that reason and stuff. But it's really made for light stuff. But the action of it's just that really soft where you, like with the jerkbait, you don't want a real floppy kind of like the crankbait kind of rod. You
Yeah.
want a little bring it back for you.
A little
You-
snap in
A
it.
little snap to it, and it's rated for perfect for like up to like a jerkbait up to a half ounce, which
Half-
is about
yeah.
what you're going to throw with. Anything bigger, you would probably go with the bait caster.
Right, and this is the 611.
611, so
Yep.
it's not like a big long one. It's a great rod. I'm really coveting it myself right now.
Kind of like an all-around.
Yeah, one might leave the store before long. So.
Well, good thing we have 2 of them in
Right
stock.
now.
So.
I'll get some more. I think they had plenty in stock for this one.
Yes.
There
Yep.
too. And then actually too, another one I had in the past, and they already sold really quick. And if you're really into, like, you're an enthusiast that's into tackle a lot, the Megabass P5 Destroyer Windbuster.
Windbuster.
You cannot get that thing in stock. It is gone. It's like I think you can fish anything on that rod. Like a free rig, hard baits, little baits. I mean, it's like if you had to have one high-end spinning rod, that would be one of them.
That's the one to do it on.
Yeah.
I think we sold both of those in about a week or something.
Yeah. The guy from Arkansas bought one because he couldn't get him anywhere else.
Yeah.
And you have rod number 2.
I have rod number 2. This is the Shimano Zodius here. This is the 7-foot medium. We have them in 2 different sizes. This is 7-foot medium, like I said. We also have a 7.3 medium heavy. Yeah. Now, I really like the Zodius. These aren't super new, but we did just get them in, so we wanted to make sure we told you all about them. Because the Zodius series from Shimano, this is probably the most well-rounded, in my opinion, out of the Shimano lineup.
And a really good price point.
Very great price point. This guy is going for $220.
Yep.
And guys, all your orders over $50. You can order online, lakeprotackle.com. Orders over $50, free shipping. So make sure to take advantage of that. Load up the cart and get free shipping. Now, the reason why I love the Zodius so much is it has the CI4 Plus technology in the reel seat, so it makes it very light, and also the rod wrapping that they have on this allows for 30% more sensitivity.
Yep.
So they say.
Doesn't twist as much either.
Yep, doesn't twist as much, and the great thing, as well as it has amazing guides on it. These are the Fuji guides. Not sure exactly which ones they are, but catfish are going
Catfish
crazy.
feeder went off.
Oh wow, that is a big one. But look at the catfish. But the great eyelets on these, it reduces the line twist and it eliminates a lot of the wind knots that you can have on your spinning setups if you're casting into the wind.
Yep.
But that's kind of what we got.
You showed that a little bit. You can see the if you've ever know, you might know this if you're a complete bass geek, but the flared guides on these are made for braid, so they don't have the single foot to wrap on it, which we've all been down that road before.
Yeah.
So it's really good for that braid to fluoro thing with which most people do a lot on their rods.
I think one thing that we need to do is do a video over FG knots.
Oh yeah, that's my knot. So,
yep.
Yeah.
The FG knot has quickly taken over the fishing industry in the past year and a half, 2 years, just because it's so strong. It doesn't actually, you only tie 3 actual knots, and they're overhand knots, maybe more. I tie 3 on mine.
At the end of the knot, when you do the 2 half hitches, that's it.
That's it.
Everything
no other
else,
knots.
Everything else is just to kind of make it a little better or whatever. It doesn't make it any stronger or weaker or anything like
just
that.
Just locks it in there.
Just a Chinese finger trap knot.
Yep.
It's pretty much what it is.
Yep. But that's what we got.
That's
that
our
is dudes on a dock.
Yeah. And catfish feeding.
These catfish are going crazy.
Yeah.
But fall transition is fully in swing now, and water temps gone down drastically.
Yep.
Up here in North Texas, we're sitting at 70s.
70s, yep. It's going to be a big change after Sunday.
Yes.
We're supposed to have our first kind of decent cold front with some rain. Fingers crossed.
Our lakes are so low right now here in North Texas. Nothing compared to California.
Yeah.
But for us, we're like, give us some rain.
There was a little bit of rain, and it's really changing right now. And the fish really, I would say that most of the stuff I've been catching is pretty shallow.
Yep.
Not real deep.
No, most of my fish are coming in less than 8 foot of water now. Even the brush piles that are sitting in like 12, most of those fish are kind of suspended up, and that kind of tells you the water's turning over really well. But the big fish have been very elusive for me lately.
Yeah.
I've gotten so many 12 to 16 inchers, and it's just
no big ones.
No giants. Not what it was a couple months ago, where I'd go out every day after work and catch a 6-pounder.
I had a couple on Lake Nacona. I missed a big one on a dock on a square bill.
Yep.
on a bling 55.
Yep, Bling 55.
And then I caught a decent, like a 5-pounder swimming a jig on a dock about a little while ago. And I would say that's probably one of the better patterns right now in the shallow docks. There's stuff on it right now.
Right, and as they're moving back, they're going to be stopping on certain cover, whether it be a point, a dock, a brush pile. They're just finding that stuff and sticking on it.
Well, I would say so. But yeah, it's going to get better and better here, and hopefully it'll turn over pretty quick, and you'll get that really good, early winter, late fall bite where they go back on a jig and stuff like that.
Yep.
And you can start to catch them again.
And I'm waiting for the top water to get good. I have not gotten great top water lately.
I haven't seen it either.
No.
Not even. Just for me on practicing last week, I didn't see any even white bass running on top anywhere.
I saw one school, and I had one school located, and they went up, they went down.
Yeah.
They went up, they went down.
A little bit on Nakona when I was out there, I saw some, but not anywhere else. But not like you would think yet. So.
Yep. So I think we need to get that water temp down to around 65, and they're gonna go crazy.
Yep. Well, there's dudes on a dock number 2.
Yep, dudes on a dock number 2. Guys, if you've stuck around this far, thank you so much. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, follow the social medias, Facebook and Instagram, Lake Pro Tackle. We do a lot of cool stuff on there. Make sure you're looking at our fishing reports if you're in the area here. And if you know someone or you yourself can get us some fishing reports, let us know. We've got great incentives for you. You get up to 30% off on your purchases in-store and online. Plus, we do Lake Pro of the Week and Lake Pro of the Month. And, Lake Pros of the Week get $25 in store credit. Lake Pros of the Month get $100 in store credit.
If they,
Yep. So, if you can get us some fishing reports, post consistently, let us know. But this is episode number 2, Dudes on a Dock. Thanks for watching, guys.